paper, and I wrote me a B+ paper. Get out of here.
Wow.
I'm still mad at. Look, I found dinner.
Yeah, I know. I just heard the voice just get tension all in it and everything. Like, oh, just calm down. That was like a minute ago. It's okay. It's okay.
Right. It's over. It's over. He probably got into college or something. No.
Yeah, she living a good life thanks to you. You set her up. You set her up.
Yeah. Right.
That's what's up. Now, with writing, when was that point where you started to really transfer the words that you wrote into starting to make it more into poetry and spoken word?
So I've been writing poems since I was little, but as far as spoken word, it didn't happen until I moved here to VA, and I moved here like in my mid-20s, I would say, and I actually I did an open mic once in Philly, like one time in Philly, and I walked in there and I put my name on a list and I waited my turn. And then I spit, and I remember getting a standing O, and I was just like, oh my God, oh, this is what they do? And then I stayed for a few minutes after, and then I left. And that is all my poet friends know that's so against etiquette. You don't get up on a mic, spit, and then leave. That is disrespectful. So, it's just all right, y'all gonna hear me, and then I'm out. I'm not gonna hear y'all. So when I moved to Virginia, and specifically the Hampton Roads area, Virginia Beach and all this area, spoken word is big here. So someone invited me to an open mic, and I did a piece, and got a standing O again. And it was just oh my goodness, and the bug just kind of hit me then, because for real, it was just me spitting my thoughts. It's like reading a diary to a bunch of strangers, and they feeling it, and they're empathizing with you and sympathizing with you, and they're relating to you and everything that you're saying, and wondering how you put these words together artistically, and it's just a great feeling. And even though I get stage fright every single time I get up there, I still to this day I just love it.
That's what's up. Yeah, I kind of lost the stage fright. My mom had me speaking in front of people since I was about 6, y'all. So for me, I've been speaking in front of people so long, I'm just comfortable, especially when I know what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm good. But
yeah, not me. No, I be shaking, and people be you want some to drink? Nope. Nope. You want some to eat? Nope.
Calm the nerves. Calm the nerves.
Here, and then. Huh?
Said calm them nerves.
Oh, yeah. Then once I'm 10 seconds in, then I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm a whole different person.
Oh, yeah. Once you start to let it out, you just start to go. I know how it is. Now, I have to ask you this question. What was the spoken word spot in Philly that you went to that time?
I don't even remember. That's a good question. You tell me. It was, dang, it's going on 12 years ago now. I just remember, I'm looking for a spoken word spot. Somebody referred to spot. I drove to Philly. I went by myself to Philly. I remember parking my little Honda, walking in there. It was jazz stuff playing, spitting and leaving. I didn't even stay long enough to see anybody else.
I'm trying to think, because it sounds familiar. Is it on Broad Street?
Maybe. Daniel, it was 12 years ago.
I know.
Look, and I was so scared.
But see, it's funny, because it sounds like it's just words, which is on Broad Street, which is the same place that I connected with my wife at. So that's just...
What if it was?
It's just funny, because I think it is, because I think the anniversary is coming up soon. I think it's 13 years now, 14 years that they've been running.
I was going to say, find out how long they've been open.
Oh yeah, it's been quite a while, because one of my closest friends, she used to host Her name is Queen Shakira. She's big in the spoken word. I don't think she is anymore, but you know, that's what she was doing. So yeah, that definitely is the thing. And you know, with that, right, you get down to VA and you know, you go into that scene and you're in that environment and you catch that bug. I know the bug. When a bug gets you, it's like, oh man, this is it right here. So you know, how you know, important was that environment when you got down there and you started to speak and you started to get a great response? You know, how did that environment push you to want to do more, especially in that scene?
These are like really great questions. You're like a professional question asker. A lot. There's some of these poets around here that have become more than just like poets or spoken word artists. We're like family. And I have told them that they helped save me. You know, when I first started speaking and performing, it was just, nobody knew who I was, so everybody had their own. It was like a big clique. Like, it's just the artist, the spoken word artist. Like, you can go to any open mic. There's an open mic every day during the week, except for like Fridays and Saturdays, because they like save that for clubs or whatever, for club hours. But you can find an open mic every day of the week, and you will see, as far as the performers, you'll see a familiar face. And it just became like I learned to be more comfortable with what I had to say. You know, I went in there and they don't know me, and there's this girl from Jersey, and I'm like, yeah, my name is Beautiful Disaster. And actually, I didn't even get that name until I moved here. It was a girl I worked with, and she had a tattoo on her wrist that said Amorpheus Catastrophe, and I asked her what it meant, and she said Beautiful Disaster in Greek. And it hit me. I was like, oh my God, like, I love it. And I remember writing a piece like right then and there at work, and then giving it to her, and about everything that could be considered beautiful and disastrous at the same time. And then I chose that as my poet name. Wow. So just coming into this world, and then yeah, it does. Like, it does, because I feel like I chose it for a couple of reasons. One, because you go through these things in life that sometimes feels like they're meant to destroy you, and just something beautiful comes out of it, like, you know, that silver lining around that cloud or what have you. And then also I chose it because I'm like, I feel like I'm kind of cute, right? So then I go to these places and people underestimate me, and they're like, oh, you're gonna talk about love and teddy bears and rainbows and skills and things like that. And then I speak and it's like disastrous, and then they just don't know what to say, and that's always great for those who especially, it's always like the guys, it's always them. And so that's why I chose the name. And it's just this, I attribute to how far I've come also because of spoken word and because of these relationships that I've been able to build, you know. And there have been times where I've left, like, I just got done having to defend myself in a physical altercation with this person I was dating, like, and then ran to an open mic, you know. So I remember, like, rushing out the house, like, with no shoes on, wearing my work clothes and pink fuzzy slippers, and driving 30 minutes to an open mic that I knew was about to end in 10 minutes by the time I got there, and I still went. Wow. Because I felt like that's where, you know, like, I have to get peace, like, I have to get peace. And they didn't even know what was going on. One of my best friends is a very, very dope artist, and she remembers that day when I ran in there, or that night, with the pink fuzzy slippers, and she just knew something was wrong but didn't know what. But I had to go there, so they helped save me.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like family. And you know, I equate the spoken word scene, when you're like engulfed in it and you building those relationships, to the TV show Cheers. Everyone knows Cheers. Everyone knows your name at Cheers.
Yeah.
And it's the same kind of family environment when you're there. Now, okay, so, you know, you're talking about, you know, you being like little cute girl, you know, little cute, little soft voice, and everybody's like, oh, she's so cute, and you know, then you start destroying stuff. I mean, my listeners, they probably never heard you. You know, I've heard you plenty of times. You got something for my listeners to hear?
Damn, just put me on the spot. Like, of course.
Of course. I mean, you're an artist. Okay. You always ready. You don't got to get ready. You always ready.
Always be ready.
That's right. That's what it is.
So, I feel like I fucked myself up. Like I got to do a battle.
I know, right? Now you better go destroy something.
I'm not gonna do a battle. I'll do a piece. It's entitled "Dear Broken Woman," and I wrote it. There was a poet out here. She actually wrote a piece entitled "Dear Broken Woman," and she posted it on Facebook. A good friend of mine, and then asked other artists to do their own version. So just do your own version of an open letter to a broken woman. So then it just became this big project, and it's dope. It's like 10 artists who are writing letters to anybody who's felt broken.
Nice.
So this is my letter. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Dear broken woman, I used to be you. Until one day, I looked into the eyes of my daughter and I decided my past wasn't worth her future. I mean, how could I teach her to stand up straight, head held high, with my own chin kissed the very ground I walked on every time I found the courage to pick myself up? How could I teach her the definition of a strong woman when my own weakness defined me in the dictionary I didn't want to read anymore? You see, dear broken woman, I used to be you. I used to think the world made band-aids as small as the paper cuts I should have got from writing hurtful words in journals that I never opened, and that cereal for breakfast and sometimes dinner made me less of a mother because it seemed I never had enough bread to bring home the bacon. Not much of a matchmaker. I found it hard to get ends to meet and damn near impossible for them to stay together when they did. But learn the one thing great about reading bedtime stories in the dark is baby girl couldn't see mama's tears so easily with a flashlight, and shut off notices red in the sun didn't seem so scary after midnight. I mean it when I say, dear broken woman, I used to be you. I used to think having a man by my side was better than no man at all, until I realized the man by my side was no man at all. Plus his shoes weren't that big anyway. Meaning, not what you're thinking, even though that part's true too, but it wouldn't take much to fill them. So rather than replacing them with another mistake and a half-hearted attempt to make something real out of fake, I decided I wanted to be full. And so I feasted. And by feasted, I mean, I became so full of myself that I binged on my confidence, overindulged in my spirituality, relished in my beauty, faded bruises and all, and stuffed myself with a determination to fix me. I took every dream I ever had, pushed them inside a duffel bag, engraved with my daughter's initials, and carried them with me until it was safe to believe in them again. I promise you, dear broken woman, I used to be you. Until the day I looked into my daughter's eyes and realized she couldn't wait to be me. Thank you.
Wow. Woo! That ending. Woo! I wasn't ready for the ending. My goodness, that is real. That is so real. That was amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, with that, right? You know, how do you incorporate, you know, your spoken word and the passion that you have, and leaving it all out there with G.R.O.W. Foundation, and, you know, empowering, you know, women who you come across who are going through different things that they're experiencing? Like, how do you use your spoken word to, like, really empower them and give them the power?
I hope that when I speak, that people can feel how honest I'm aiming to be with them, that I'm really leaving it out on the table, and that I'm not BSing you. I'm putting myself out there every time I speak. It's not easy to get up and tell your story in front of a bunch of strangers or even friends. It's just not easy to get up for some people. Everyone don't got, you know, like, you know, all courageous like you, but it's just not it can be nerve-wracking, and then also because, like, if you see me perform, like, I'm real, my hands are like